Okay, so you've probably heard this one. NASA approved houseplants to purify your air.
And the guilt sets in.
Right. Like your home should look like some kind of botanical garden. And, you're failing your family if you're not having 47 snake plants in the house.
So here's what NASA actually found.
And what they didn't find.
Because the truth is way more interesting than the viral posts suggest.
And also way more realistic.
Hey, welcome back. I'm Dr. Pam Nelson.
And I'm Dr. Gio Nelson. We're naturopathic doctors. We're married. We're parents.
And we have about 5 household plants in our home right now.
Which, according to the internet, it means we're breathing poison.
Right. So today, we're breaking down the viral claim about air-purifying plants.
And what the actual NASA study found.
And what it didn't find.
And also what you should actually care about if you want to improve your indoor air quality.
Because, spoiler alert, you don't need a jungle.
You need something way more boring and far more effective.
All right, so let's start with what NASA actually did in the late 1980s.
They tested houseplants in sealed chambers.
Think space station modules.
Not your living room with kids running in and out, doors opening and closing.
Right, sealed, controlled, very specific conditions.
And what they found was that, yes, some plants do reduce chemicals like formaldehyde and benzene over 50% in 24 hours.
Which sounds very impressive.
It is impressive in a lot.
But here's the part that gets lost when this goes viral. To replicate that effect in a normal home with regular air exchange, you'd need dozens to hundreds of plants per square meter.
Which is just not very realistic.
Unless you're planning to live in a greenhouse.
Which, no judgment if you are, but...
But that's not what most people mean when they say, I want clean air.
Okay, so the NASA study was in steel chambers. But do plants do anything real in the home?
They do something, just not what people think.
So what does the science actually support?
Plants in their soil can absorb VOCs, which are volatile organic compounds over time, and things like formaldehyde and benzenes.
And here's something interesting. It's not just the leaves that are doing the work.
Right. Soil microbes do a lot of the heavy lifting.
Which makes the tremendous amount of sense when you think about it. The soil is an entire ecosystem.
Exactly. And certain species perform better than others in controlled tests, like peace lily, snake plant, spider plant, pothos.
These are the classics.
But what's their impact on or in a typical home?
And it's modest at best.
Unless you're running a literal greenhouse.
So essentially, plants are the supporting actors.
Not the main strategy.
They seem to add a bit of VOC handling, some humidity, and psychological calm.
But they won't erase the impact of harsh cleaners, heavy fragrances, or poor ventilation.
Which is where most indoor air problems actually come from.
Okay, so here's the nuance most people miss. If you want better indoor air quality, there's a hierarchy. And plants are at the top, which means they're the last thing you add, not the first.
Right. So what comes first? Source control, reducing the pollutants that are in your air in the first place, like harsh cleaners, synthetic fragrances, and poor ventilation.
Exactly. If you're spraying air fresheners twice a day and then buying a snake plant to clean the air, the plant can't keep up. So step 1 is reduce unnecessary chemical sources.
And we're going to move to step 2, ventilation. Opening your windows for 5 to 10 minutes twice a day when the outdoor air quality is better, or run an exhaust fan when cooking and cleaning.
Right. Ventilation is free and widely effective.
And step 3, filtration. A HEPA filter in your bedroom or in your main living space.
And then after that, all the plants. As a bonus, as something nice to have around.
Right, not as the foundation. All right, so we've established that you don't need a jungle unless you want one.
But if you do want a few plants, there's a right way to do it that won't turn into another wellness project.
So stay with us. We're going to give you the exact low-friction plan that we would recommend.
All right, so instead of I need a wall of plants or I'm failing, try this. Pick 1 to 3 sturdy plants you'll actually keep alive, and then pair them with 2 boring but powerful air strategies.
Right. Here's your low-friction plan. Step 1, choose your tiny plant team, not a forest. Place 1 to 3 resilient species where you spend most of your time.
So a snake plant for the bedroom or a low-light corner. It's nearly indestructible, forgives irregular watering, and handles benzene and formaldehyde in the NASA data.
Next one that you can use is a peace lily for the living area or home office. It's lush, calming, and addresses multiple VOCs. Just note, though, that it's mildly toxic, so you want to keep it away from pets and toddlers. usually keep it somewhere high.
And a spider plant, put it anywhere. It's easy to care for, forgiving, and kid-friendly.
That's it. 3 plants, and treat any home cleaning air effect as a bonus. That's not the reason why your home is going to be healthier, because the real work happens in step 2.
Step 2 is add one practical air habit that actually moves the needle. Pick what's realistic for you. So option A, open the windows for 5 to 10 minutes twice a day.
And this one's free, takes 10 seconds, flushes out built-up VOCs way faster than any plant.
Option B is to run a HEPA filter in your bedroom or main living areas.
This is especially helpful if you live in an area where outdoor air pollution is a problem or you have allergies.
That's it. Choose one habit, not both, if it feels too much.
And step 3, this one tackles the high exposure sources. Switch out to gentle cleaners, maybe with less harsh fragrances, improve your ventilation with exhaust fans and cracked windows, and reduce unnecessary chemical sources before adding 20 plants in.
Because the house plants are lovely, but they're co-workers for your air. But they're not the whole team. All right, so here's your permission slip.
Nice. So if you've been living plant-free and breathing fine,
You're still doing great.
you don't need an entire jungle.
You need source control, ventilation, and maybe a filter.
And the plants, they're just nice to have around.
If you enjoy caring for a snake plant and a peace lily, let them be small, satisfying part of a bigger air plant.
Not another perfection project.
Not another thing to have to do.
Because the internet will tell you that you need about 50 plants in order to breathe safely.
And that's just not true. All right, rapid fire plant questions.
All right, let's do it.
Are expensive air purifying plants worth it?
Nope. Snake plant, spider plant, and pothos are cheap and just as effective.
Do I need to fertilize them for air cleaning benefits?
No, just keep them alive. That's pretty much the only requirement.
What about those trendy moss walls?
Aesthetically cool. Air quality impact, minimal at best. Save your money unless you really just love the look.
And can plants remove mold or mildew?
That's a whole other issue in and of itself. Ideally, you want to fix your moisture problem first. Plants won't solve that one.
Okay, last one. What's the one quality investment you'd make before buying plants?
Better cleaning products.
Source control wins again.
All right, so let's do a quick recap.
The NASA study was in sealed chambers, not applicable to your living room.
Plants do absorb some VOCs, but the real impact is going to be modest.
The air quality hierarchy is source control, ventilation, filtration, then plants.
If you want plants, pick 1 to 3 sturdy ones, pair them with one practical air habit.
And if you're plant-free, you're still doing great.
You don't need an entire jungle. You just need some realistic strategies that'll work.
If you want a more calm, evidence-informed take on non-toxic living, subscribe and hit that bell.
Next week, we're going to be talking a bit about water filters and what's actually worth worrying about and what's just expensive hype.
Thanks for watching.
See you guys next week.